everybody to our show. This is Custom Fab Garage on our channel OCTANE TV on YouTube. Make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button, and on top of that, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can get all the new content that comes out weekly and even every day.
(2011) Chevy Silverado. We're going to be doing a radio in this for a customer that purchased his own Pioneer radio. We'll be supplying the parts. This truck is in really good shape. This is the only one this body style I've seen that has not rusted completely out. So we'll be showing you that today. Here's what it looks like before. He has the LTZ model with the factory center console, and then the standard models actually have the radio way up here with the black plastic trim. I prefer these style. They're more like the Yukon and the Tahoe. So if you have a Yukon and a Tahoe or a Suburban, or even like the Escalades even are very similar, but the dash is just kind of different. This is the style of what you're going to use. A lot of Silverados don't come with this model, mainly because you have to get the higher model to be able to get this. But if you have a Yukon or a Suburban or a Tahoe, this is exactly going to be the same. These are the parts we're going to be using today. 95-3305 doubled in dash kit for GM. The RP4 GM-31. That is the wiring harness interface module. If you don't get this module and you go with a different one, you will need an antenna adapter, which is going to be an ADCR1. And then the radio that this customer has actually provided for us is an AVH-1400 NEX. I will put links to all these products down below in the description of this video. So if you go down below, we'll put the description. Basically, the links will be there. You can click on them, and then you'll be able to purchase these items. These are what we highly recommend. The radio, the Pioneer radios are very good. We don't sell them ourselves because we're not a Pioneer dealer, but you can actually buy those down below on the links. But I highly recommend using the pack interface. There is also Metra, there is also Crux and other companies, but this is the one I recommend. It works well for these trucks. This is the best interface for these trucks. These are some of the features that the AVH 1400 NEX carries. It is Pandora, Spotify, Apple CarPlay, XM Ready, and these are all the little icons for features that this radio actually has. And here's the back of the radio itself. It does have your front, rear, and sub. It has, I believe, an audio in and out. Yeah, so it has your AV in and it has your AV out. So it does have your audio in, which is right here, and then your AV in, AV out. It also has your backup camera here. And then it also has an HDMI, I believe that's what that is, or it's the Molex for Pioneer, one of the two. And then it has your XM piece over here, your power plug, and then you're also gonna have your USB here. It does have Maestro compatible, which is pretty amazing. It does have your mic in, your steering wheel controls in. It is a very nice head unit from the back. I mean, this head unit actually does do a lot, which is a lot more than most, especially with having iData Link Maestro. With it being able to do Maestro, that's actually pretty awesome. Here's the components it comes with as well. Your mic, your USB extension, your power harness, and your screws to be able to bolt into your cage. So those are the components that this actual radio comes with. These are the tools that we're going to be using today. This is a plastic pry tool, your strippers, your crimpers, and then we're going to be using a 7mm nut driver and Phillips head on our drill. You can do it with a nut driver or a Phillips head screwdriver, but we prefer to use the drill, just makes it faster. First step of installation is you're going to take this plastic pry tool, stick it underneath here, and you're going to pry all the way around. I would start at the bottom. It's the easiest to get in here and start here. These clips are extremely strong. You do not want to try to crank it here and then start jerking up here. If you do that, you will break this panel or you'll break the clips. So you need to be very careful when you're pulling this around. What I strongly recommend is unclipping it every inch and just easing through this until you get it all off. Especially up here, it's really fragile across here because there is no clip. So just be extremely careful, or otherwise you're going to be replacing a whole new piece on this. As you can see, we will basically unclip and unclip and unclip and then unclip. You do not want to start jerking on it and yanking all the way up. You just want to keep going around and unclip and unclip. You do not want to just start jerking, or it will break this piece all the way up or crack it. Here is the piece removed. We went around it very softly, but you can see these clips are no joke. You do not want to start jerking on it or it will break. This part right here is extremely fragile. See how much it just twists and moves, and the bottom part is as well. So I would start at the bottom and work your way all the way around on both sides. And that's what it looks like removed. Next part we're going to do is we're going to remove all these 7mm. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'll have 4 on this side as well. Okay, so we've removed all the bolts. So you want to take each of these pieces out here. You're going to take out 1, and then you're going to take out 2 here, and you'll want to unplug these. You'll have 3 plugs on the back of here, and then you'll unplug all those plugs, which you'll have 3 plugs on the back of there. And then once you take those out, you'll want to take this bad boy out. Unplugging these and taking them out will make it much easier, but for this video I'm just going to lay them down here. Some of these you're going to have to take this out because you got to get back here or you got to cut. So that's one thing you just need to realize. If you have to cut, I would definitely remove these out and push everything down, because sometimes the mounting depth in the back is not enough and you'll have to actually cut out the back of the dash. And then this bad boy doesn't pull out very far, just to let you guys know, and then you'll need to unplug these plugs right here. Here's the back of the factory radio. You have your 2 LAN harnesses here. You have 1 large harness here. This basically goes for your USB and then your antenna. When you pull the antenna out, you want to be very, very, very careful because you do not want to break this black plastic piece off or rip the guts out of this. So just very carefully pull this out. This bad boy right here, if you cannot get it out because this metal thing you push on, what I do is I take a pick tool and I shove it underneath the front part here and then pull up, and that gets it out. And then your other 2 plugs right here. Those are the 4 pieces that you'll need in this. Right there. Now we're going to install the kit on here, and what you'll do is you just take these little guys and stick them into these holes right here, and then that gives you the feet that go in here to where you bolt it in. You want to make sure you have the square part on the top right here, and once you have these in here like so, you're going to take your screws or bolts, whatever you'd like to call them, and you're going to screw them right here into the sides, and then that will be complete. Alright, so we have everything screwed in on each side. Radio is mounted, ready to go. This is a mess right now, and I apologize, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to plug this plug in right here. You're going to run that headphone jack over here into your steering wheel controls. You're going to run all your RCAs in front, rear. Basically all of them are labeled. Your white and grays are your fronts, your gray and purples are your rears. Those are going to plug into the RCA jacks at the back of the radio and label front and rear on those as well. The only thing that we did connect was our ground, our remote, constant, and accessory. That's it. We did not hook up dimmer. We did not hook up anything else. That is the only thing that we hooked up. Now we did have to wire up a relay. We're going to cover this all up for the Pioneer bypass. And that's it. I mean, you plug your plugs in, you plug your antenna adapter in right here, which plugs into the antenna. We're going to clean this all up, make it look nice, but this does not come with the pack units anymore. I'm not sure why, so you will have to buy an antenna adapter no matter which one you get. So just that's a reminder on that. They used to give you the antenna adapter with it, now they don't. So I'm gonna clean this all up. Everything is working properly like it's supposed to. We did test the steering wheel controls and they are working as well. So we did find a USB adapter. So basically it has the mini USB right here, and it plugs into the mini USB of this, which is pretty cool. I've tried this on some other vehicles just to see if it would work, and it does work on certain vehicles. Now other vehicles I've tried it and it does not work. And then here it has a USB on it, and then you plug the USB extension right here into this, and then it basically converts this to this. And then on the back of here you plug the USB into here on the Pioneer, and then that will allow you to use the factory USB. So this is working, and I'm going to show you the part right here. We'll go over here to the desk and I'll show you. I'll put a link down in the description below as well, but I bought these off Amazon and they have your adapter right there. So these do work on this particular vehicle. Now they won't work on all of them. I've tried them on some Fords, some Chevys. They will work, and then other ones they won't. So just please take that into mind. I would definitely try it before you think it's going to work 100%. Here is the finished product, all installed. Looks really clean in here. The radio does look really nice. Steering wheel controls, as you can see, still work, which is pretty awesome. Track select, everything like that. It's definitely awesome to use the pack interface. I would not recommend using any of the others, because if you do, you're gonna see why when you go to install it. It's not as easy as the pack, and it's definitely not as dependable and not as quality. So I would recommend spending the money to go to the pack audio, and you will really thank me later, I promise.